So we're here with David Reid at the Ballater Gallery. David, can you tell us how it all started?
Well, how did it start? Sometimes in life things happen, but I don't think there was ever a plan, Tom. I had been a very sort of, I don't want to use the word collector, but in my sort of 20s, early 30s, loved art. I had worked for two gentlemen in Aberdeen who were hugely successful businessmen, and they were also really, really avid art collectors. And I think I got into property through them, and I always remember admiring their artwork, and I could never afford originals or anything in these days, and I started buying prints. I showed an interest in it, probably the love of art and all aspects of it grew from there. So from my 30s and 40s, I suppose, I was in Glasgow and Edinburgh, and then was lucky enough to start buying some serious pieces of art, and bought from Open Eye, bought from Roger Bilcliffe, bought from the Rendezvous Gallery throughout. And I don't know why, it was maybe a subconscious thing. I thought, wouldn't it be nice one day to have a gallery? Then serendipitous, moved back to Aberdeen 8 years ago, involved in property, some pubs and things, and then somebody persuaded me to get involved in a charity called Maggie's, and Aberdeen was at a bit of a low, so we didn't do a ball, and I was persuaded to lead art events, and because I knew a bit about art. But from there, I built up relationships with artists who, for 3 very major art events, were persuaded to sell their paintings, and Maggie's, the charity, raised money. So, long story short was, building up the relationship with maybe 30, 40 artists. I went all around Scotland, never really south of the border, but stuck to Scottish artists from a charity point of view, really seemed to click with the artists and did well for them, did well for the charity. And then I suppose life moves on. You think, wouldn't it one day be nice, maybe as you move towards retirement, to open an art gallery? And I don't know why, but certain things happen in life, and a shop in Ballater became available. I knew about what was happening at the Fife Arms and was quite fascinated by the fact that it was the biggest art dealers in Europe had bought a hotel. Maybe there was some sort of synergy with the fact I'd sold most of the hotels in the country, and the Ballater Gallery came about.
And you've got an incredible stable of artists in the gallery. How do you curate?
Well, like I say, I built up relationships with artists through Maggie's and through maybe having them in my own house. So I'd particularly helped a very well-known artist, Ian Faulkner, and through different things he painted the Ryder Cup team and other major projects. And Ian said to me, he said, he doesn't show in any gallery apart from the fantastic Pantone Gallery in London. And he said, I'd love to show in your gallery. So that was a bit of a starter. So then a couple of big names like Ian Faulkner, Stephen Conroy, Jack Morocco, Glen Scouller, Anne Oram, they all said, we'd like to show with you. And then I suppose it sort of, maybe word got round, and then I got approached by some other artists, some far more, what would the word be, less well-known artists, and they said, we'd love to show with you. And it really wasn't that hard to curate. And in fact, 2 artists who I never knew, well, I knew one of them actually quite well from a different life, Cecilia Cardiff. I approached Cecilia actually, but she'd never been in Maggie's. And she's ironically been one of my best-selling artists. I think we've sold 30 of her paintings in 7 months. And Alison Cowon had never shown with Maggie's. So it happens. I don't want to be bigsy, but we probably get 5 letters a week now from artists wanting to show. And we can't always, in fact, we have to be very, very careful that we don't take everybody. I try to keep my stable of artists to about 40. But don't get me wrong, we get it wrong. from time to time. And I would love it if every one of my artists sold well. They don't. But we're trying to offer something for everyone. And with the Five Arms up the road, being, Craig and Derek, we have people from all around the world who come to Ballater. And, you look around here and hopefully something appeals to someone.
So your gallery's been open for 7 months now and it's been a huge success. Where do you go from here?
Well, thanks for saying it's been a huge success. But, there are plenty of things that haven't been successful. But yes, we've built up a reputation for quality original art, amazing bronzes, lovely ceramics. I suppose we set up from scratch. We're not blessed with the mailing lists that some very established artists art galleries have. So we need to keep building up our mailing list. We've got an excellent presence, a lot thanks to you, Tom, on Facebook and social media. But we probably, now the next thing that we want to do is what many successful galleries do, is we want to start having regular shows for specific artists, probably start with a 3-4 person show, and work from there. And that's one of the things I want to do. And the second thing, which your suggestion is, and for all the people who follow us on social media, is every month we're going to prepare a video where people will be bored to death listening to me. I will choose an artist of £300-400 or £24,000, and we will feature that artist, and I will explain what we have in the gallery by that artist. So that's the future, and hopefully our followers on social media don't get bored by listening to me.